Hello, everyone. My name is Ekaterina Kardakova. I'm an opera singer, voice, and public speaking coach. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to find your voice and your uniqueness in any niche. The thing is, we are living in the era of lots of information from every corner, from every hole. There is a flow, a huge flow of, flow of overrated information, the superficial information, and AI helps us to create even more nonsense, even more information. And here, many people say, like, I would like to go into this world and offer my talents and my results and achievements. However, I really don't understand because there is so much noise. All the topics are covered. There are so many experts are screaming from, every corner what else I can say. The thing is, nowadays, because of this chaos and noise, we lost meanings and senses. And I see and I observe that more and more people are missing the meaning, the connection, real long-term communication. And here, what makes you unique? Uniqueness is not a person who is screaming the loudest. Uniqueness or unique person is the person who is more precise. You might say, okay, but what can I say? What can I put, bring to the table? Everything is covered. No, this is the thing. There is lots of noise, lots of information, lots of topics. Maybe that many experts who are very loud on social media say the same topics. However, the uniqueness is when you give the world your perspective. And here again, your perspective means more than just noise, it means meaning. This is what makes you unique. Your individual settings in your mind and the process how you perceive, achieve, and work with information. I give you an example. I had a webinar yesterday and I was talking about how to speak to be heard. Lots of about physics of the voice of the body, and I told all this to my participants. And one lady at the end of the webinar, she asked me, can you recommend any book on voice? How can we improve, or how can I improve my voice? And I said, no, I cannot recommend any book because I don't know any. I collected the information about voice for last 20 years by studying with the biggest opera singers, biggest performance, by practicing so much, by researching and looking for answers for myself. So these 20 years I give you, I don't know anyone who can tell me or who can give you this information I discovered. And this is the thing. People don't need noise in one topic. People need this individual approach to the topic, this unique solution, unique point of view, unique value which you bring to the table. For example, your job is how to find uniqueness. Your job is to find out how you process and analyze different processes in your mind. For example, you are an expert, let's give me my example, in public speaking and voice. I have studied many things: voice, performance, acting, marketing, business development, and all these I bring all together and I structure it. Of course, it's not always easy to sit down and understand, like, how can I figure out and how can I package all my uniqueness, knowledge, and skills? And here I give you a little tip. Try to find, or let's say it differently, ask yourself, what is the anti-trend you think you can bring to the table? For example, everyone is saying, again, I give you from the voice perspective, everyone is saying to speak loud, you have to scream and you have to breathe lots of air and scream. And in the reality is when you breathe a lot and you start screaming, you lose your voice. You feel lots of tension and you lose your voice. And I say, no, it's an anti-trend. Yes, I know that this is a stereotype. Mostly people think they do correctly. But as an opera singer, I say, no, this is wrong. This is kind of, anti-trend. I call it anti-trend. But I can explain with arguments and cases and physiology that less air and more relaxed muscles give you bigger sound. It's just an example. So basically, if you want to analyze your processes, how you make decisions, you find unique solutions to a problem, you have to ask yourself, with what I do not agree. If everyone says you have to breathe a lot, I say, no, this is the wrong approach. And I can explain you why. This thing makes you unique. First of all, you show your unique approach, you show your expertise, and you show your value. You show that you really not only run and create lots of noise, but you sit down and quietly think about the solution. You really want to find the solution for a problem. And this is what people need. They really want to find experts who creates meanings. And then people who really like your approach, how you tell about it, how you give information. It will resonate with more and more people will follow you and will ask you for your services, give you jobs. And this is the way you create your unique voice in any niche you work with. Just you have to figure out asking one simple question. With what I do not agree, why and how I achieve and approach things differently. Write me in the comments how you find your unique voice and your uniqueness. It will be very interesting for me to read. And thank you very much for your thumbs up. Share this video with those ones who are looking for the uniqueness, wants to start presenting themselves. Subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video. Bye bye.